I decided to choose this speaker because I know what he has been doing of late in the business is just preparing him for president's team level. And soon and very soon, I'm sure he's getting to that level, courtesy of what he's doing right now. I'm so glad. I've been seeing so many things on social media going on in Uganda, and we are so proud to have Justus Muhumuza with us on this call. So Justus, if you can hear me, kindly unmute yourself and pick it up from there.
Okay, wow. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to be able to share with you. I am always honored to be selected to come and share with your team. You know, when you're speaking with superstars, you really, it's not something to take for granted. And I would really want to appreciate my fellow leaders for inviting me and always giving me this opportunity to come and share my story. I love calling them my mentors because they actually inspire me a lot. And I truly look forward to having and building a great business like they've been able to build. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Muhumuza Justus. I am from Uganda, Kampala, and I've been in this business for, interestingly, I'm actually older. I'm actually older than my mentors in the business. You know, that's how interesting this business is, you know, because I'm 13 and a half years actually. I'll be turning 14 years in January, but that's now what makes this business quite interesting, that he who has a dream, a bigger dream, will actually always have bigger results. So it doesn't matter. Some of you that are actually listening to me this evening, you could even be in the business for maybe 3 months, but then in the next like 5 years, when you're writing, me and Pierre are actually taking notes to say, what has he said, you know? And yet you actually are very, very new in the business. So it's quite an interesting business. The app, the top is actually open for everyone. So whoever is listening in, you can actually be able to go to the top. I want to start by wishing a happy belated birthday to our mentors, Dr. Josephat. Happy belated birthday and congratulations upon your achievement of being a doctor. You know, it's actually a privilege to associate with a doctor, you know. At least I can now brag around that I have a doctor. I have a doctor who's a friend and he lives in Nairobi. Yes. So my journey is quite an interesting one. I was invited just like everyone has been invited before. A friend of mine gave me a call and said, Justus, I know the challenges you are going through in your life. Unfortunately, I can't pay for your school fees, but I would like to connect you to a company called New Life. If you understand what they do clearly, you attend the meetings and you accept to be trained, you can actually be able to make money within 1 year. You can actually go back to school. I mean, if you have registered for a dead year, and then someone gives you such an invitation, honestly, you'd have something wrong with you if you actually don't honor the invitation. So I honored the invitation, and I come into this meeting, I have a look at so many products. And of course, when I see products, my fears set in immediately. I know all of us that are here, probably you've had your own fears on how you're going to go about this business. You've had a lot of probably rejections. You've had, you know, this thing of like, can I really make it? I've never sold anything before. I've never done business before. How am I even going to make it? Yet deep down, you actually have dreams and goals as to why the ones that you would love to achieve. So when I look at the products, my fear set in immediately. I was only 20 years old. all my life I'd been in Western Uganda. I didn't know many people around Kampala. So I'm wondering even where to start from. But the only hope and the only promise that I was given is that if you actually train, if you are ready to be taught, and you do what you've been told to do, you will succeed. So that was the only hope. And trust me, from the very start in this business, my sponsor told me that 80% of your success in this business is actually attained from training. So if you are listening in and you really, really, really want to make it, then you must be ready to be taught. I mean, our mentors, the lecturers, he actually had to sit down, even as a lecturer, to be taught how LDC works, how to get a customer, how to sign up someone in the business, how to teach someone that has joined in the business. He had to come from the level of being a lecturer to come down and say, let me be taught on how this system works, on how this business works. And I am quite sure and convinced that the only trainings he has missed are the trainings whereby he was training someone else or doing another training in some other place. Because even me personally, that's what I've done. The only times I have missed a training is a training that was not communicated to me early in advance. So I had my own plans to go and train somewhere else. But I've never given excuses that there's a training, and because I don't have money for paying at the gate, at the door, I want to go home because I don't have transport. No, I have never given those excuses. I always love to call those as excuses of people who are not going to make it in this business. So I accepted to be trained. I attended meetings. I learned how to sell. I learned how to present. I learned how to follow up. I learned how to dress. I learned how to invite. I learned how to make a phone call. I learned how to speak. So as I kept on learning all these things, I kept on learning all that business building skills. My business started growing. My business started growing. In my first month, I sponsored 19 people. 6 months down the road, I was a director. 1 year down the road, I was a wealthy member. And that's how my life completely started changing. When I became a wealthy member, someone who had registered for a dead year, I actually went back to school and registered afresh and started studying. The only difference is this time I was a very special student who was actually making about $1,000, yet some of my junior lecturers were being paid about $500. So life kept on. I bought my first car as a second-year student. 2011, September, we lost our dad. I'm a firstborn in a family of 8. As we speak today, I have 3 graduates. I have a medical doctor who graduated on the 23rd of May. I have 2 other sisters. One did business administration. Another one did Bachelor of International Business. All of them actually from New Life. And then currently I have a pharmacist who is doing their final exams. And then I have an electrical engineer. And then my son goes to a school whereby I pay about $1,200 every term. That's about $3,600 every single year that I actually do it, that I actually pay out of the money that I make out of New Life. Now, I have been able to acquire quite a number of things. Today, I drive 2 cars, and all of them are SUVs that I've acquired out of this business. Today, as I speak, I have about, now currently, I think there are 22 acres of land, not in the village, in Kampala, that I've been able to acquire out of this land. When we talk about the travel and lifestyle, I've been able to travel so many times. From 2010, January, the only years that I've not been able to travel was 2021 and 2020. And that was only because of COVID. But if it hadn't been COVID, I would have traveled. So that's my story. And I believe all of us as we're here, we have our stories, but that's my story, how Neolife, how far I've come with Neolife. But I'm also, I'm also going where I'm going. Sometimes when I listen to like people who say I've been doing this business for 20 years, for 30 years, when I look at them and I see the things they've achieved, I'm telling you, I get so much inspired and encouraged because at least I know where I am headed. And that's one thing, by the way, that you will find in your life that you won't find anywhere. New life helps you, it gives you a picture. At least we all have the hope that if we gave new life our very best, if we worked so hard, that is where we are headed. It's not like out there where you're working, maybe you have this job and all you're looking at is surviving, all you're looking at is taking children to school, you know. But new life gives you, helps you. You know that if I work so hard, you have the presences of Josephat and Pierre's. I mean, they're showing us that, man, if you work, I have achieved this. You too can be able to achieve this. You never get that from anywhere. You get only that from real life. So my topic is about going for your dreams. Now, if there is anything that that is very, very, very important, that all of us need to be very clear about, is what is your dream? What is your why? Why are you doing in your life? You need to be very, very, very clear about that. Because if you are not clear about that, then you are actually not going anywhere. I mean, I have been in the business for 13 years. I'm shocked. I'm actually older than my mentors, but as I can say, they're earning way much bigger money that I'm earning, because I've just made I just made 2 steps to Turubi, so I'm actually working so hard to make sure that I confirm as Turubi before we go for the East African Convention. But one thing that is clear to me, how far you're going in your life, how fast you are going in your life, how much you're going to earn, is all determined by your why you are in this business, by the dreams that you have to do your business. I became a wealthy member in only 1 year. Why did I become a wealthy member in only 1 year? It's simply because being a wealthy member, I was going to earn exactly what I needed for me to study, for me to be able to pay school fees for my brothers and sisters. And trust me, when I became a wealthy member, I mean, I had achieved my goals. I had achieved my dream. That is why I camped as a One Ruby director for a very long time. I think over 10 years. Over 10 years. But now I sat back and I said, wait a minute. I mean, I'm seeing people like just for the kind of cars they are driving. Those are the kind of cars I want to drive. You know, they talk about buying houses. They talk about investments. They talk about this. And I'm like, wait a minute. I think I am actually selling, I'm actually selling myself short. If these guys can earn $5,000 per month, if I am also earning $5,000 per month, then I can be able to come up with bigger, better investments. So what did I do? I actually had to go back to my drawing table, started writing down, started answering questions like, why am I doing in your life? What do I really want to achieve? And I'm telling you, because of sorting that out, that's why now I have actually, my business started doing what? Has started growing. Now, first and foremost, why do we need to have dreams? Why do we need to have goals? The number one reason as to why we all need to have a goal. You need to have dreams. Number one is that our dreams give us a sense of direction. Have you ever met someone who has no sense of direction? Have you ever met someone who all they are looking at is, you know, as long as I can find my rent, as long as I can take my children to average schools, as long as I can eat, as long as I can dress, what else do I need? Now, That is an example of someone who doesn't have dreams. That is an example of someone who doesn't have dreams. And now, if you are that kind, then you are going to find it very hard for you to succeed in your life. Very difficult. Well, I have seen many who have joined, and the highest they've gone is manager, senior manager. You find someone, I have some people here in Uganda, they've been around for over 25 years, but the highest they've gone is senior manager, and they're doing the business. And every time they ask me advice, I tell them, man, you need to go back to the drawing table and ask yourself, why am I doing near life? Why should I succeed? Why should I grow this business? You can only be able to do that if you've been able to identify your what? Your dream. So dreams give us a sense of direction. And then number two, dreams keep us motivated, even when tough times come. Do tough times come? Yes, they do. Do we sometimes lose motivation? And there's sometimes whereby you push the business, you are inviting, people are not coming, you're trying to make steps, things are not happening. You said, this month, I am going to become a manager. And every person you call on your first 30 people you thought would buy, and no one is buying. You say, this month I am going to beat my upline. My upline is always number one in personal sponsoring. This month I'm going to beat them. And you invite as many people, and things don't turn out the way they expected. So those tough times come. They do come, and they will come. But the only way how you can be able to go through them is when you have a dream, when you have a why. The times that come that really, really will shock your confidence, the times that will come that will really, really put you on the wall. But when you have a dream, then you are able to do what? Say, yeah, wait a minute. This one person that did not come, this 1 month that things didn't work out, does not mean that I can not still go for my what? For my dreams. So we need to have a dream, because our dreams keep us motivated. They keep us excited. Even on during the tough times, they actually keep us going. Number three, dreams determine your speed. I started by saying that how fast, how far, how high, how big you'll go in your life is determined by the size of your dream. And I even give you an example of your own upline, my mentors. They're earning bigger than I'm earning. They are much higher than I am. But what's the difference? It's not that they are special. No. It's not that they are very good at presenting. No. It's not that they are maybe lucky. No. The only reason as to why they are higher than me, earning more than I'm earning, it's because they had bigger dreams. I was possibly dreaming of buying a Kluger. They were dreaming of buying a Prado. Now, I always love telling people that if even the slowest athlete can actually run faster than the greatest athlete, as long as the reason for them is big enough. Assuming you are chased by assuming Usain Bolt is being chased by a duck, and then you are being chased by a lion, trust me, you will run faster than Usain Bolt. Why? The reason for you to run are way much stronger than the what? Than the excuses. So we need to have, the bigger the dreams, even the more efforts. By the way, the dreams also even help us to gauge the level of effort we put into building this business. To someone who is small, who has small dreams of paying some little debt, paying rent, doing this, buying maybe a motorcycle, is not going to work at the same rate as someone who wants to buy a Prado. Not at all. No wonder that's why they are sponsoring, they're always number one in personal sponsoring. Why? Because what they are looking at is way much bigger than some of us who are sponsoring 1, 2, 3 people. Sometimes we even go 5 months without sponsoring. So the dreams help us to determine the speed. They even help us to determine how much effort we put in. And then dreams, number 4 is that dreams make life meaningful. Without dreams, everything is meaningless, completely meaningless. You have nothing to fight for. You have nothing to work for. You have nothing to, you have nothing pushing you. I mean, I've seen people who you find 5 years ago, they had the same challenges as they have of today. And even 10 years from now, they will have same challenges as they have of today. Why? Dreams. Dreams. Now, how do you achieve your dreams? Number 1, you need to identify them. We need to identify our dreams. If you cannot achieve it, if you can't identify it, then it actually becomes hard to achieve it. So you need identify your dreams. All of us as we're here, we need to answer the question, what do you really want in life? If money was not a problem, write down 101 goals and dreams, things you would want to achieve. I always give it to all my new people as an assignment. When people start working with me, my number 1 assignment is always to them to write down 101 goals and dreams that they want to achieve. Because I know that if they have dreams, if they have written them down, then we can work. But if they don't, then it's very, very difficult for me to help them to grow. And like the saying goes, you can only help someone up the ladder if they are willing to do what? To climb themselves. And what helps you to have that willingness? It is your goals and dreams. Number 2, write them down. Write them down. The Chinese have a saying that even the bluntest pencil is actually sharper than the sharpest mind. So you need to put your goals and dreams down. Write down 101 goals and dreams. The big ones, the small ones, the long term, the short term, write them down. Write them down. Even if it is to buy a watch, write it down. Write everything down. Number 3, put them in picture. Put them in picture. Have your dream chart. I have a dream chart in my house, in my bedroom. All my dream charts are in the bedroom. I even invested them and made frames. Each frame costed me about $150. Very big frames, wooden frames, mahogany. And why did I do that? It's because every time I wake up in the morning, I want to look at my dreams and I say, okay, let me go out of this house today, determined to work and fight for my dreams. Put them in picture, have them as a what? Come up with a dream chart. I'm sure your uplines can be able to guide you on how to come up with a dream chart. And then number 4, share them with the world. Let the whole world know that this month you're becoming a what? An executive manager. Let everyone know this month that you're becoming a manager. Let everyone know you're becoming a senior manager, you're becoming a director, you're becoming world team. Just like I've been able to advertise it, I am working so hard to become a 2 Ruby director. By the time we go to where? For the East African Convention. I know when I meet there, you'll be like, wait, did you lie to us? Did you become a 2 Ruby director? And I'm actually mentioning this so that it pushes me, so that in case I don't achieve it, I hide myself, So you need to put it down. You need to let the whole world know that this year you're buying a car. This year you're buying land. This year you're going back to school. This year you're doing this. You're changing your children from this school to this school. Announce it to the world. Then you need number 5, add passion to your dreams. Add passion to your dreams. Visualize, imagine, be obsessed about your dreams. Number 6, work like a mad person. Work like a mad person. Work like crazy. Let everyone see and say, this guy here, I knew he was going to make it. This guy here, I knew he was actually going to do what? I knew he was going to make it. I knew. In fact, work so hard, passionately, like a mad person, that even those who said no, When you meet them, when you've succeeded, they will say, I knew you were going to do it. I knew you were going to make it. You know, work like a mad person. And then number 7, as I conclude, find out what it takes for you to achieve your dreams. Find out the price that you're supposed to pay. Sometimes I meet people who tell me, I want to become a director. I want to become a director. But then you even have to remind them to come for meetings. When the Zoom meeting has started, you still have to first call them to remind them. No, 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 no. You cannot do that. You can't do that. You need to know, I want to become a director. What price must I pay? I want to become a world team. What price must I pay? I want to become this. What price must I pay? You know the price. And then number 8, pay the price. Pay the price. There is nothing that comes on a silver plate. We all need to go out there, even when it is challenging, even when you think it is hard. We all need to go out there and give it our very, very best. Because if you give Neolife your very best, Neolife is going to give you the very best. Trust me, I can say there are 73 people on this call. I am quite sure and convinced that 1 year from now, we will be in the month of May next year. We will be going to Istanbul. There are people who are listening here who said when they missed out on being in Zimbabwe, in Durban, they said, I have missed Zimbabwe, but Istanbul, I must go. And trust me, there are people on this call that are even distributors, managers, senior managers that are going to Istanbul. But we have to pay the price. Wow, thank you so much for inviting me. I hope I have been able to learn out some things out of my sharing. And I hope and pray that you can go ahead, you can go and fight so hard, you can go hard on your dreams, because with Neolife, everything is possible. Thank you so much.
Wow, Justus, this is fantastic, wonderful. Thank you very much.